nerds, it's Wednesday. Tonight we played Masks. It was the closing ceremonies for the supergroup games where Flex found out that they won. But they only found that out after a guy showed up, threatened to kill somebody, turned out to maybe be the somebody that he was threatening to kill, and transported half the team away. Because splitting the party is the only way I'm gonna make this group work from here on out. So the plan, as we roll into the future, is to continue with this 7 o'clock and 9:30 game, but have consistent groups. And instead of a supergroup games, we're actually going on adventures. I have lovingly labeled the groups the Guardians and the Avengers because I like to steal my storylines from other things. And I make no apology for this. It was a really fun game tonight, though. Everybody got to show off their powers a little bit. It's been fun, too, because people were using their powers in ways that they hadn't known they could use their powers earlier in the game. So people are growing and changing. It also gave me a chance to flesh out the other super groups that they were competing against, which I hadn't had a chance to do before. And so now I've got a pretty good basis for who's part of all of those groups, which I think will be fun in the future. And I'm really looking forward to the adventure. So I lovingly call one of the teams the Guardians because I like the idea of they're like the Guardians, so they're off doing their own thing, but maybe also fighting the big bad. But this team is way more like the Exiles than the Guardians, if we're gonna just straight up steal from a comic book. In that, rather than traveling through space, they will probably be dimension hopping, which leaves the opportunity for them to meet alternate versions of other characters. And I'm excited for that. Also, Amanda is on the team that's doing the dimension hopping.
We call ourselves Team High Seas Adventure.
Yes, and Greenwood naturally will be very useful when dimension hopping is involved. Is like the Blink of that team, and I'm excited to see where it goes. And then we watched the first 2 episodes of season 3 of Riverdale, and wow.
Woo, baby! I'm stressed.
I thought that this show couldn't get wilder, and I was so wrong. There is a demon? Question mark?
Maybe.
Some sort of nature god? Maybe there's now magic in Riverdale, but supposedly there's never magic in Riverdale, so like, who knows? People are hallucinating, maybe? I'm not sure. But it's also related to all of the parents. All of the parents were involved in something, and now their kids are involved in it years later, so that's terrifying. And the most disappointing part of this whole thing, oh yeah, and also Archie's in juvie, but like, who cares? But the most disappointing part of this whole thing is that Fred Andrews, the one good egg, besides Pop, if I find out that if Pop Tate is involved in this whole conspiracy, then I'm out. There were only 2 good eggs on this show. One was Pop Tate and one was Fred Andrews, and Fred Andrews is apparently involved in whatever this is. Yeah, I'm gonna let the Flux team tell you goodbye.
I'll see you tomorrow. Yay!